A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. John said to Jesus, "Teacher, we saw someone driving out demons in your name, and we tried to prevent him because he does not follow us." Jesus replied, "Do not prevent him. There is no one who performs a mighty deed in my name who can at the same time speak ill of me. For whoever is not against us is for us." The Gospel of the Lord. Now, you all have either grandkids or have had little kids or have met little kids or have gotten mail from little kids that they send to the seminary. And if you were to look at them and see how they are terrible at coloring and they can't stay in the lines, and it's really just awful, you know? They're not doing it right. That thought never crosses your mind. You didn't do that right. That's not very good. No, you are so happy that they are creating and that they're expressing themselves and still trying to master hand-eye coordination and spatial recognition. In the same way, Jesus, which, by the way, we are in Mark, and so all the different Gospels provide us with a different lens, a different side of Jesus' personality and his nature. And in this one, I see Jesus as either the angry father or the exasperated mother who just is fed up with her children just not getting it or not obeying. But here he shows a soft side because he says, don't prevent this person who's driving out demons. There is no one who performs a mighty deed in my name who can at the same time speak ill of me. We don't know who this person is driving out demons. We don't know if it's some poser who's trying to become the next Messiah or the next prophet, or it could be just a very distraught parent whose own child is distraught with a demon and is doing whatever he can to drive it out. Still, he's invoking his name. Still, this father is using markers or crayons or colored pencils. And even if he's not exactly coloring in the lines, he's still doing a mighty deed. Jesus assaults our smallness of minds and the way that we think, that's not how I would have done it. I'm constantly reminded that of when I hear, someone else preach, or I see someone else teach a class, or I see someone doing anything that would be different than I would do. In jazz, there is quite a few wrong notes you can play, but there's even more right notes. So, as we go forward, let's focus how there are so many right ways to do things, so many right ways to lead others to Christ, and so many right ways that he leads us to himself. I would not, if I was one of the apostles and he was laying down the institution of the Eucharist, bread and wine changed into body and blood, I think it's tempting to say that, that's not how I would have done it. But that's not what we have. We have Jesus giving us the one path and the many paths that divert and then lead back to him. Amen.